Alright, hello friends, my name is Pat and welcome to the first ever video produced on this channel where I talk about and review all kinds of different music. First off, since this is my first video, I figured I'd briefly talk a little bit about my background, and I promise I will keep it brief. As a musician, I studied professional music, performance, but mostly contemporary writing and production at Berklee College of Music for about 3 years. I've been performing in bands and producing tracks for over a decade. And I've really enjoyed some of the content here on YouTube from other reviewers and channels, and just kind of felt inspired to give it a shot myself, so I hope you enjoy my take. Today we're starting off with the hip-hop duo Year of the Ox, featuring Korean-American rappers JL and Lyricks, hailing originally from Virginia Beach, and their track here, Mood Control Cypher. These guys, from what I understand, are absolutely no joke, and I've seen their music gaining traction rapidly, so let's just take a listen.
Terk etmedi.
Okay.
Terk etmedi.
Hey yo,
Slippers on.
I heard it all you saying, y'all in the zone. Yeah, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Zach Morris at the max, we making massive moves here.
Yeah.
Not just another Asian kid with a Bible name. Now I'm the type to take a dip during a tidal wave. Look who's arrived, looking higher than Empire State. Look who's surprised with a little sweet and sour face. Who's in the mood to get blessed? You should inquire us. Portable butane stovetop has been fired up, and the ramen noodles are boiling. Time to crack some eggs, huh? Tie the noose with enjoyment, put him back to bed. Why your ex, time for some violence, violent crimes, followed by violence, roses and violets, huh? Who could you even call even? You better call your big brothers, you better call them that favor, you better call the Ghostbusters. Got an assortment of corpses stored in New York basements. I'm eating sorbets while watching some Scorsese's, and I'm looking for more ways for me to get more wavy, and I'm trying to see more places than Anthony Bourdain did, and I'm trying to be more Cobain than co-training. Somewhere in between being famous and being a no-name, and in between being the king of a domain and being a doorman, and in between being extremely paid and being a poor man.
Serious no man. My flow once knocked over.
Alright. Disgusting verse. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so there is a lot there in that wow. Okay. What I'm really enjoying here is JL's kind of got this relaxed but serious kind of delivery. And what I appreciate about that is that there's confidence here. But it isn't obnoxious, and he clearly has the ability to hear the instrumental that he's actually rapping over and craft a delivery that lends itself extremely well to it. Which, in my opinion, means he's listening and he cares about the overall vibe that's being produced here. So that's fantastic. He starts off rather braggadociously, but again, not really in an obnoxious way or an arrogant way. In the first bar, saying that I heard y'all were in the zone. Yeah, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't. Which is, love that line. He's also drawing attention to the fact that he's Asian here. In a few bars, he's saying that he's not just another Asian kid with a Bible name. In fact, he's the type to take a dip during a tidal wave. So, in other words, I'm getting that he's crazy and he's ready to jump into it. Love that line. It says something that's been said before in hip-hop, but in a new and interesting way. That's a vital skill that I feel is just slipping away in modern hip-hop, and it's so incredibly refreshing to hear. He goes on to say that he's arrived looking higher than Empire State, so some great internal rhyme scheming there. Obviously got some smokers here, nice. That the others look surprised with their sweet and sour face. So again, another Asian bar. So it's clear that he's acknowledging that he's a Korean American, but I think what he's trying to convey is that it's not relevant in the territory of hip hop. Again, phenomenal delivery, and kind of lightens up what started off as nothing short of a cutthroat verse. Now, where my mind was blown was towards the end of his verse. The Cobain, Coltrane stanza, just impeccable writing. So he's painting this comparison, or rather, I guess he's kind of exploring a spectrum of Kurt Cobain and John Coltrane, two legends of the music industry with extremely humble beginnings. What I like even more about these bars here in particular is that he's saying that he wants to be somewhere in the middle of fame and riches and having, nothing to do with the actual far end of it, being delivering lines like somewhere in between being famous and being famous and being a no name, in between being the king of a domain and being a doorman, and in between being extremely paid and being a poor man. Wow, again, internal rhyme schemes off the charts. Also definitely a thing here with JL. And again, the execution is spot on. There's no awkward forcing of irrelevant lyrical content. There's no filler. It's just well written, right down to the point. And he takes you on this little trip there, thinking, where the hell is he going with this, until he finally ends his verse, and you're just kind of sitting there at a loss, like, whoa. I honestly, I can't believe how well that was written. But let's see what Lyrics has to say. We'll run that back a little bit.
In between being the king of a domain and being a doorman, and in between being extremely paid and being a poor man.
Lyrics serious, no man. My flow once knocked over both bow stands at a Filipino open mic karaoke night over in Rosecrans. I almost crushed the host, the girl singing in both pants. It was so scary, but the DJ caught it, can't mess with his old hands. I know I'm one of the best, but don't test the homie though. The last person who stepped is now texting a testimonial. God bless, we all got dressed for that ceremonial. My friends dance with Tex and Pop X to two-step the chronio. I'ma keep going, but look, I'ma start this with a pause first. And I call that mood control. You know who taught me that shit? Mark Wahlberg. That movie Four Brothers, and that scene when he's walking through the snow. But he started from like a mile and a half away, that shit was extra hard. Sniper level distance, AWP, that was extra far. Vicious like a category 5, ripping the ceiling off. Had a vision of a statue of an ox telling me kill him all.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So, off the bat, you can see the contrast from JL's more serious and thought-provoking verse transition beautifully here to a similar delivery, but like a slightly different timbre. Lyrics eases you back into a more lighthearted delivery. I mean, he brings it right back, making the point that he knows that he's one of the best. But don't test the homie, JL, though, because the last person who did is now texting a testimonial on JL's behalf, which I thought that was a great line. It's a definite nod to the incredible verse that JL laid down right before him. I love to see that in a hip-hop duo. Just as a side note, we need more hip-hop duos. I love this stuff, man. There's really not enough hip-hop duos out there. Enough with the one-offs and the standalones. Start teaming up. I like that contrast. I like having two people bounce off each other. It's great. You can see Lyrics has the Run the Jewels shirt on, so a little bit of a silent nod to LP and Killer Mike. Arguably one of the best hip-hop duos to ever exist. So really like to see that. One other very interesting scheme here towards the end of the verse from Lyrics is the Mark Wahlberg Four Brothers setup. So much going on here, it's actually crazy. He makes the point that he was inspired by the movie Four Brothers, even citing one scene in the movie where he had to walk 1.5 miles in the snow. That was extra hard. Sniper level distance, AWP. That was extra far. I got a couple of different things from this line, and I might be reaching here a little bit. But, so the sniper level distance, AWP, that was extra far. AWP is a sniper rifle. You might know it from CSGO. What does it stand? Arctic something. I can't remember what it stands for. It's a sniper rifle, right? So he's making, obviously, I think it's a little bit of a play on like the sniper, extra far. But I think he's also making the point that the setup was actually so long. You're kind of sitting there while he's delivering this stance. You're like, where is he going with this? And it finally comes to the end. Sniper level distance, AWP, that was extra far. I think that he's also kind of acknowledging that the setup was long, extra far. Anyways. Maybe I'm reaching on that one a little bit. I really like that, though. Yeah, wow, I don't have a bad thing to say about this. My overall impression of this track is phenomenal. All the clone fucks, take note. This is what real hip-hop sounds like. The delivery from both JL and Lyrics is nothing short of superb. The timbre of both their voices give me the same sort of enjoyment I get listening to like a Wu-Tang or an Aesop Rock. and the delivery just sort of glides effortlessly and complements the instrumental really well. And I would be, I would be behest to not at least mention the fact that this instrumental is incredibly well mixed and mastered, and I love the sample work in here with the keys. And there's so much lyrical content to digest here in just a short 2.5-minute Cypher. They've said more than most do in an entire album. This track is phenomenal. This was released late 2019, so I can't wait to hear what these dudes are cooking up for 2020. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is my first shot at even doing anything like this, so I really hope you enjoyed it. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the first time I'm doing this. Consider subscribing if you like the breakdown, and I'll continue to upload more. My social links are in the comments, and other than that, peace out. Yoks, do not sleep on them. Do not sleep on them.